All right, so good evening, everyone. We're gonna start our presentation, Assistive Technology. My name is Ruben Faulkner, and we're
Hi,
gonna
my
present.
name is,
Go for it.
oh, sorry. My name is Theo Avor.
So we're gonna present tonight, Assistive Technology. Next
Okay.
slide.
Okay. So first, this presentation is brought to you by the CRISP grant that is funded by the Office of Special Education Programs, also called OSEP. Our acronym here, CRISP, stands for Culturally Responsive Instruction and Intervention in Self-Determination Programs. Briefly, what that means is that we work with students that have disabilities and we try to help them become more independent, self-reliant, and intrinsically motivated. Next. A little more about our grant is this is an interdisciplinary grant that is given to graduate students in Cal State Long Beach in the Special Education Master's Program and the School Psychology Master's Program. Again, this grant is funded by the Office of Special Education Programs, also called OSEP, and it is supervised by Drs. Sanderson and Dr. Powers. In this grant, we develop and implement culturally responsive self-determined intervention in K through 12 students with disabilities. Okay, so a little about the presenters. I'm Theo Avor. I am a second-year graduate student in school psychology at Cal State Long Beach. My work experience is that I was a special education volunteer, and I worked when I was doing my undergrad at Cal State San Marcos to get my bachelor's in psychology. I worked under the university's assistive technology director, and I worked for the students for the disability support services.
Thank you for that. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ruben Faulkner. This is my first year as a graduate student in our Cal State Long Beach for special education. I work at Franklin Middle School. I'm an education specialist. So we're just going to go through an overview. What we're going to tonight, we're going to talk about this evening. What is assistive technology? We're going to talk about assistive technology in education. Who qualifies for assistive technology? We're also going to talk about assistive technology in daily living, tools, learning, cognition, and developmental. And we're going to end our presentation with assistive technology in the classroom. So this is just, I really like this visual because it just shows you all the different ways we've used assistive technology. I know when I think of assistive technology, I think like an actual piece of electronic equipment, but assistive technology is more than just technology. And so tonight we're going to give you a couple examples of assistive technology.
Okay, so what is assistive technology is a question that people may have, some of the parents may have. Assistive technology, as defined by the Assistive Technology Industry Association, is any product. Assistive technologies are products, equipments, and systems that enhance learning, working, and daily living for persons with disabilities. Okay, so because this definition is very broad, there's a wide range of products, equipments, and systems that can be considered assistive technology. AT can be low tech or simple electronics. For example, something like a rubber grip to help somebody grasp a pencil properly, a calculator for equations, or a magnifying glass to help read text more clearly. AT can also be very high tech, like a computer-based system, and it can be tailored specifically for a student's needs. It can, can be tailored specifically for the student's needs. Some examples of more high tech assistive technology would be an iPad or screen readers, or something like an AAC device. AAC standing for augmented alternative communication device for students that do not communicate verbally. So now let's go over some examples of assistive technology, what it may look like in education. So as defined by federal law, assistive technology is any item, piece of equipment, or product system that may assist a student's or assist or maintain a student's ability to assist or maintain the abilities of a student or children with disabilities. This is defined by the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and it is a federal law that guides a lot of the practice that we have as educators.
So who qualifies for assistive technology? So this comes from the Disability Rights in California. Children who have disabilities and need special education services to benefit from education have the right to special education and related services. That can be in the area of learning, it can be in cognitive or developmental disabilities. The need could be because the student has the need of deafness, hard of hearing, blindness. Also the reason that a student could qualify for assistive technology is because perhaps that student is nonverbal and they're unable to communicate through speech. And so here's an example on our next slide. In the actual IEP of a student who who qualifies for assistive technology. So I work in the Long Beach Unified School District, and so our IEP in the accommodation support and services section, there's a part specifically for assistive devices and services. So if we look right here, it says, does the student require assistive device and or services to make progress towards IEP goals at this time? So usually there's going to be an assessment that is done, usually a person comes to evaluate the student, they observe the student based on the data. They use that to see if the student qualifies. So in this example, device as the second question, devices, services, and curricular interventions currently available at the school site can meet the student's needs at this time. So for my student, she really needs a assistive device that's gonna help her communicate with her peers and with me. And so this student actually qualifies for assistive tech. And so in the IEP, there's an entire page of notes and how the teacher can work with the student, how the family can work with the student. Right here in the IEP, there's a general statement, what program the student uses, and how the AP department can support the family and the staff on how to use the device for the student. And so again, in the actual IEP, there's a section for assessments. And again, in the classroom, in my classroom, we use assistive technology a lot. There's speech to text, there's text to speech. Uh, again, we use a lot of graphic organizers. Sometimes it could be online, but sometimes I give them the actual copy, like, hey, look, this is a tool that we can use to break down the assignment to help us understand what the passage is about. And also a calculator can be assistive technology.
So a point that we would like to, again, illustrate is that assistive technology is everywhere. Some everyday examples of assistive technology are crutches that people can use. If wheelchairs, hearing aids, the more modern cars have lane assist that will try to help keep the driver centered. Also, virtual assistants like Alexa and Siri are all examples of assistive technology that are used every day for both students and other users of assistive technology that can benefit from the service. So assistive technology is also use in daily living. These products increase independence when performing activities such as like bathing, dressing, personal hygiene. These are all areas of life that assistive technology can be used to assist someone that may experience difficulties in performing these actions on their own or without help.
So for me, I like to teach my students that, hey, this is a tool that can help you do your assignment. It can help you at your house. It can help you everywhere. So for me, it's like, how do we use this tool? How do I teach you this tool to help you with reading the assignment and writing the paragraph? So for example, a tool could be dressing aids such as zipper pulls and button hooks. It could be long handle shoehorns, a reacher. In our previous slide, it showed the reacher. The adapt is right here on this slide. Right here is an example of an adaptive kitchen tool and eating utensils. If we look right here, uh, sometimes maybe a student has a problem with their gripping, and so the assistive tech can be just the material, the utensils already there, and all they have to do is literally just move it up to their mouth. So the adaptive kitchen tool could be high tech, but also low tech at the same time. The automatic soap dispenser, again, maybe a student has problem with dexterity, and so it's hard for them to get the soap to pump it out. So an automatic soap dispenser helps with them to, with their hand hygiene. Also a vacuum robot. Uh, so it's just how can these tools help our students at school, but also how can these tools help our students at their home where they can be independent?
So for learning, cognition, and development, um, these are products that are used to assist people with maybe learning disabilities, attentional issues, memory problems, and organization. Some examples can be like the reminders app that's on that comes standard with iPhones. This app you can use to not only just make a reminder, but you can actually set a specific time. The students can set a specific time that the reminder notifies them. They can choose a specific day, and you can even go as far as to set a specific location that if you enter or exit this location, then that will trigger the reminder and you'll get a notification on your phone. Other examples are note-taking softwares, text-to-speech systems, mobile devices, and yeah. So,
And
so
so
my bad.
I'll go right. So most mobile devices come with assistive technology. So for me, I really like to point out to students that how do we use these tools to be more independent? So for me, assistive technology can help with reading, writing, and organization. Uh, common common built-in AP features include text-to-speech, communication technology, and visual support that make reading easier. So when we in the classroom, when we do assistive technology, it is a process. uh, Sometimes it's teaching the student, hey, you have to go to this specific website or to this specific part of the website to activate to teach the text to speech. In the classroom, we have a lot of mobile devices. Usually, I don't like students using their phone, but the student knows their phone. They know how to use the touch to speech. I teach them how to use the dictation technology. And so for them, it's easy to talk to their phone, right? They talk to their phone to do their paragraph, and then they're just writing or typing their paragraph. So I really like mobile devices to help with these essential areas like reading and writing and organization. So for Apple devices, there's features like door detection, sound recognition, voice recognition, and it's more designed to let you use your device in ways that can help you be more independent. I actually had a visually impaired student last year, and she had very, very slight vision, but she had an iPhone, And so we actually learned how to use the assistive tech on the iPhone. And for me, it just really, I really liked how he wanted to be more independent and he wanted to learn how to access these features and how to, be more independent. And for me, independence is what I hope all of our students, can strive for. Because I know in middle school, there is sometimes a lot of support that they need, but at the same time, I tell them next year you're in seventh grade, you should be able to, be more independent. Eighth grade, once we get to high school, you're gonna be independent. And so just teaching them these different tools to help them with their reading, with their writing, is going to help benefit their education. And so in the classroom at the Long Beach Unified School District, we actually have Chromebooks. And so I really like the Chromebook because it's all the accessibility is in one area. So like I said, there's a process to teach our students this. Sometimes it does take a while for the students to activate the features on their own, but usually like on the first week of school, I'm going around in every Chromebook and I'm activating it on their account. That way, because they tell me, oh, I can't read. I'm like, okay, let's listen to the paragraph, and then I want you to tell me, hey, what did you learn from this paragraph? So that would be the selective speech. And so there's a lot of accessibility features that's in the Chromebook. We also have the Chromebox, and that's the built-in screen reader. And so my student that was visually impaired had the Chromebox. Uh, he actually came during the COVID, so it was a lot of how do we help you when you're not, when you're not here in the classroom. And so I started digging and I saw this Chromebox. And so we taught her, hey, this is how you activate it. And it reads everything on the screen. It helps her access the assignment. And so I really like how the Chromebook has all of these features built in, and all the student literally just needs to click it to activate the feature.
And augmentative and alternative communication, or AAC devices. These are devices that help people with speech or language problems to communicate besides talking. Augmentative stands for it adds to someone's speech, alternative meaning that in a way instead of like verbal speech. Some people use AAC throughout their lives, and others may only need it for a short time. And but this is used to help students and people that have difficulty communicating verbally. I have some examples from my experience of seeing these be used. I remember one student. It was an AAC as simple as just a little flip book when when the student was asked like if they wanted to make a decision or something that they wanted, she would point to yes or no, or raise hand, or um, ask for like pencil, or ask for a paper. Well, she wasn't able to speak, but through the AAC device, she was still able to communicate and tell other people what she needed and what she wanted. Another example, just recently, when I was doing an observation of a student, the student noticed right away that I was new to the school, and that they took their AAC device and they walked up to me and they pressed the buttons. Hello, what is your name? And I introduced myself. So these are like these devices allow students to still have interactions and still interact with everyone, and general education students, normal students without disabilities, other students with disabilities. These are very important devices that allow students that may struggle with verbal communication to still be able to interact and learn and be active participants in their education.
I could add to that, Theo. So my student uses the alternative means instead of because she's nonverbal, so she uses her device to have discussions, to add to the history assignment. And so when Theo told me that story, I was like, for me, that's independent right there. The student's able to independently, ask Theo, hey, like, what's your name? So like when that's really for me, for my students, I really strive for independence.
Right. So one form of assistive technology is note-taking software. This is a note-taking software made by a company named Glean. And this note-taking software, it allows students to record and transcribe class lectures. So the student can click a button to start a recording, and while the teacher or professor is speaking, the software will record what they are saying, and then at the end they can, when they click stop recording or pause, they can click a button to transcribe the recording and like add a written script of everything that was discussed in the recording. This transcription has roughly around above 90% accuracy because some words may sound similar or sound the same, but the transcriptions that come from these recordings are very accurate. Students are able to revisit these recordings, and they're able to flag specific parts. It might be hard to see in the screenshot here, but there are buttons that they can hit while the recording is going. They can add headings, they can flag important sentences, they can create reminders to review. Let's say the teacher goes over like, these are the things we're going to learn today. You can, every time they introduce the next subject, they can press heading and then type in what the heading is. Let's say that the teacher says something like, you need to know this for the test. This is important. You want to write this down. They can press a button that will flag that sentence in the transcript as this is important, or they can press another button. It will flag it as I should review this. And then there's also another button that the students can press that if the teacher says, this is going to be your homework, for homework tonight, or your project is going to be, they can press the button that will add a task to a task list that they can visit later. And then like that can help with students that may struggle to complete homework or remember like what they have to do for homework. It gives them this task list that they can revisit and enter, cross things off, and just keep an organized list of what they need to do. They can also insert if the teacher is using a PowerPoint presentation, they can insert the PowerPoint slides also into the note-taking software and add little notes onto each slide. And it's a very versatile software and very easy to use because it simplifies down these inputs down to just a button press by clicking that little lightning bolt on the side here. Just by pressing that enables lightning mode, and then you can press the buttons of like, okay, this is a new heading. This is important. I should review this. Oh, that's a homework assignment. Let me make a task. Let me add to the task list. So this is one of the note-taking softwares that is in assistive technology. Next is the screen reader. Next is a screen reader, which screen readers, they will read text out to students. This one is called Text Aid. It's by ReadSpeaker. It's by the company ReadSpeaker. Screen reader allows students. This screen reader allows students to hold an entire library of documents, PDF files, Word docs, PowerPoints, and that teachers and professors have shared with them. When the screen reader is like reading the document back to the student, they can highlight specific sections to read out, or they can just click the play button and it will read the entire page out to them. So if they are reading a page and it doesn't really make sense, they can go back, re-highlight the sentence and have it read back to them a second time. Students can choose between 4 voices. There's a male voice, a female voice. There's one with English accents and American accents, whichever one the student feels more comfortable or listening to for extended periods. And they can also edit the reading speed and they can also edit the reading speed for their liking. Maybe they want to listen to the PowerPoint presentation or PDF faster or slower. Maybe they like to take notes while they're listening to it, so they can listen to it slower. Maybe they just want to get a quick overview of what they have to learn to, so they can listen to it faster. But the the largest feature that is very good about the screen reader is that it allows students to save audio as an MP3 file and keep it on their phone. This is very useful. This is something that you can maybe if the student's like on the bus going home and it's a longer bus ride, they can just like open up the PDF, the MP3 file of the PDF, put in their headphones and like listen to it on the bus ride home or the bus ride to school. This is very helpful for, again, also students that struggle with reading or have a reading disability or a learning disability, because it allows them to still be able to consume the content that they're being taught, as well as giving them the opportunity to interact with it and take notes and highlight and annotate it as well.
If I could add to that, Theo, and back to the slide.
Yeah.
I like how this program has 4 different voices. Usually with the text to speech, my students say, "Oh, it sounds like a robot," and so that's like a reason why they don't like to use it. And so for me, it is like to convince them, like, hey, just listen like for 2 minutes, and then I'll finish reading it. But it's like I like how this program has an actual human voice. That way, the student can hear like an actual person verbalize the academic language that they're going over. I really like this program. Yeah. And so we just included some resources on how you can access free and low cost assistive technology and the different types of assistive technology.